4 women who dumped Brad Pitt. 1. Christina Applegate. Brad and Christina met when they were just kids. At some later point, they began an affair. They were photographed doing a tango in 1988. It all looked very sweet and innocent, but she dumped him right before the 1989 MTV VMAs. In 2015, Applegate recounted this story for the first time. She said she ditched Pitt for another man. What man? Well, that would be Sebastian Bach, the frontman of Skid Row. At least that's what he says, and she hasn't contradicted him. Bach summed it up thus.
So there was a time on this earth when Sebastian Bach was like a hotter lay than Brad Pitt.
But it seems Brad was already dating someone. 2. Sunita. Sunita was a bigger star than Pitt in the 1980s, but she still regretted dumping him. Sunita dated Pitt for 2 years before leaving him for Simon Cowell.
He was fun, he was young and very sweet. Some ardent fan gave me a slap when I came out of a supermarket over that relationship once.
What did young Brad look like naked?
Hot, he was beautiful with the most amazing body.
Now picture this. Sunita bids farewell to Pitt in 1989. Barely 2 years later, Thelma and Louise hits the theaters.
When I saw that movie, even I thought, oh my God, what have I done?
To late Sunita, Brad had already moved on to 3. Jill Schoelen. In 1989, Pitt fell in love for real. He was so smitten with Jill Schoelen that he proposed to her. She agreed, and soon the two were engaged. Alas, the engagement lasted all of 3 months. Jill asked Brad to buy her a plane ticket to Hungary. She needed to be in Budapest for a movie. Brad, who had no money to speak of, bought the ticket at once. Then,
she called me up in Los Angeles and was crying on the phone. She was lonely and there was a huge drama. At this point I had $800 to my name and I spent $600 of it getting a ticket from Los Angeles to Hungary to see her. I got there, went straight to the set where she was filming, and that night we went out to dinner. She told me that she had fallen in love with the director of the film. I was so shocked I said, I'm out of here.
Ouch. 4. Juliette Lewis. Lewis and Pitt met on the set of Too Young to Die in 1990. When they began dating, she was 17 and he was 27. For 3 years, they were inseparable. In 1993, Lewis gushed.
We're like at the point in love where we just like to see each other every single day and we don't get bored with each other.
3 months later, they broke up. Lewis's explanation was vague.
We were trying to be Sid and Nancy or something. We were idiots. We were just having a great time.
Pitt hinted at something more.
I don't want to go into an explanation. She has her own views, and I respected those views. It was one of the greatest relationships I've ever been in. The problem is, we grow up with this vision that love conquers all, and that's just not so, is it?
So what views was he referring to? Well, apparently, Juliet became a Scientologist. Brad attended a couple of meetings and realized it wasn't his cup of tea. Lewis chose the church over her boyfriend. They're still friends. Lewis left the church in 2021.